Hello, Aqua Retail's lockdown division again. Thank you so much for so many positive comments from last week's video. I've had so many emails as well. I think the subject of salaries in merchandising clearly resonated with a lot of people. In the main, I think most people felt that they were earning in the right salary bracket, but it definitely highlighted a few issues for others. I thought today I would talk about LinkedIn, a really important tool, of course, that we all use. Great for networking, great for job hunting, but there are definitely a few pointers that I think it's kind of useful to share to make sure we're all using it to the best of our abilities. The first one is the subject of your CV. Don't put your CV on LinkedIn. There are some really unscrupulous recruiters out there who have been known to take entire CVs off people's LinkedIn profiles, send them to whichever client they so desire. And of course, people know people. It's caused untold difficulties, damaging to your reputation as well. So all you need is a basic skeleton run through of where you've been and when, and that's all required. Anyone that wants your CV to talk about jobs, etc., can ask for it and you can send it on that basis. The next subject, I would say, is your photograph. Now, your photograph needs to be professional, but not corporate. Obviously, this is fashion, not banking. It needs to be taken in a nice light. And you need to have, I'd say, a pleasant expression on your face because you're hoping to attract people rather than repel them. Over the years, I've seen some absolutely hilarious / disastrous photographs of people's LinkedIn profile pictures. So I thought I'd give you my top 3. So at number 3, we have woman walking up aisle with father's shoulder just about cropped off the image. Okay, yeah, you got married. That's great. That's not appropriate for LinkedIn. Second place, we have woman in scrubs in delivery suite holding newborn baby. Okay, congratulations. You a new mother, you have a baby, but it's not appropriate for LinkedIn. And number 1 is woman in bar with 8 shots in front of her on the table. Looks like a great night. Where was my invite? But not appropriate for LinkedIn. I think the next subject is probably that of followers. Make sure that the people that either you're connecting with or you're accepting requests from are people who are relevant to your industry. There's a lot of people out there that are obviously of no use to you. It's not a numbers game. It doesn't matter whether you've got thousands of followers or hundreds. What's important is that they are relevant and people who you can help and can help you and can support one another, because that's obviously what LinkedIn is all about. Next up, recommendations. Recommendations are, of course, lovely to receive, and I would say really add a proper clout to somebody's profile. Pay it forward. Why don't you come off watching this video, send out 3 recommendations to people who've been really influential and fantastic in your career. You may get them back, but ultimately it's just a really, really nice thing to do. And adds to somebody's profile. And of course, it gives everyone that nice, warm, fluffy feeling, which we probably all really need at the moment. And of course, also, you can ask for recommendations only when it's in appropriate context. The worst toe curling thing is when you see a whole office of people have all recommended each other. And that just dilutes what the whole purpose of it is. And of course, is then absolutely dreadful when a couple of years down the line, they're not working together and are potentially competitors to one another. And then everybody looks a bit ridiculous. Content and interaction is a really important one, because actually that's what people see of you on LinkedIn. They don't really see your profile unless they click in. What they're actually looking at is how you're interacting, and that's what's coming up on their timeline. So in terms of things you're liking, comments you're making, be sure that you're aware every time you do something like that it's coming up in people's feeds. So make sure what you're doing is relevant as well. Make sure what you're doing is professional. And of course, particularly if you're maybe, I would say post-pub, but that's not really relevant at the moment, but post-beverage, some of those comments possibly were ill-advised. So make sure that you're being really careful what you're writing. Finally is a note to job seekers. A lot of people like to make it clear that they're available straight away. Make sure you write available now at the beginning of your title. Too many people write things like buying and merchandising expert with extensive expertise in women's wear, available now. The problem is that because it's only a small part of that beginning that gets spotted, no one sees the available now bit. They just see the waffle and the preamble. So put available now at the beginning and then let people see what it is that you do. Available now, senior merchandiser, for example. I do hope that's helpful. I hope that anybody with the wrong photograph, I don't think I've seen any howlers for a while, quickly changes them. And thank you, Baked Potato. Stay safe. Bye.